In the news tonight, His Majesty the King attends a celebration marking the kingdom's 70th Independence Day. The Iraqi forces keep up the shelling of the city of Fallujah to retake the terrorist stronghold west of Baghdad. And the UN envoy says the warring parties in Yemen are closer to agreement at a peace talk in Yemen. Good evening and welcome to a new edition of the news. His Majesty the King attended an official celebration marking the kingdom's 70th Independence Day. Upon the King's arrival at Ragadan Palace, His Majesty was officially received with a 21-gun salute, and the national anthem was played as F-16 jets from the Royal Jordanian Air Force flew over the capital to mark the occasion. The King watched a documentary titled Jordan's History, which highlighted the milestone in the march of the kingdom since its establishment until modern day. The King bestowed royal medals on national institutions and a number of pioneers in various sectors in appreciation of their efforts in building the country and enhancing its progress. The ceremony was attended by royal family members, senior officials and officers, and others.
وتشغيل الأيدي العاملة الأردنية ومساهماتها المتميزة في المبادرات المجتمعية والإنسانية.
His Majesty the King received cables of congratulations from leaders of Arab, Muslim and friendly countries on the 70th anniversary of Jordan's Independence Day. They wished the King continued good health and the Jordanian people further progress and prosperity, emphasizing ties between Jordan and their countries. The King also received cables from the Prime Minister, the Senate President, the Lower House Speaker and other top civic and military officials. His Royal Highness Crown Prince Hussein bin Abdullah also received similar cables on this occasion. A royal decree was issued endorsing the Jordan investment law. Another royal decree was issued dissolving Parliament's extraordinary session as of May 26, 2016. His Majesty the King discussed with China's State Councillor Wang Yang ties between the two countries and the need to cement them in various domains. King Abdullah and the Chinese official discussed ways to enhance cooperation in the cultural and tourism domain, as well as bolstering security cooperation to fight terrorism. The meeting touched on the latest developments in the Middle East and at the international arena and efforts to address challenges and boost international security and stability. The visiting Chinese official conveyed to King Abdullah the greetings of the Chinese president while stressing the country's keenness to boost cooperation in various domains. He also spoke about the international community's appreciation to King Abdullah and to efforts he exerts to maintain the security and stability in the Middle East. Iraq's top Shiite cleric urged government forces battling to retake Fallujah from Daesh militant to spare civilians trapped in the city of Baghdad's western approaches. Grand Ayatollah Ali as-Sistani's appeal reflected concerns that a large civilian death toll in the battle could aggravate sectarian tensions in Iraq. Iraqi joint forces continued their fight against Daesh militants near Fallujah, bombarding Central District in a large-scale military offensive to retake the city. Together with the Popular Mobilization Forces, Shiite Muslim militia, also known as Hashd al-Shabi, Iraqi troops battled Daesh positioned about 2 kilometers away from the city of Fallujah. A spokesman for Iraqi Prime Minister's media office said the recapture of Fallujah could be an opportunity for the country to end its political turmoil. Saad al-Hadithi said maintaining a stable security situation in Baghdad is crucial to boost the morale of troops in Fallujah. The Iraqi military authorities declared the government troops have regained key regions of the city, including the town of Al-Karama. U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces and allied militant groups announced they had launched a military campaign against Daesh in Al-Raqqa province in northern Syria. Joined by fighters from Arab tribes, the newly formed Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces started moving towards northern Al-Raqqa from the countryside of Ain Isa, about 40 kilometers away from the city. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said hundreds of families have left. Groups of extremist settlers stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque, Al-Haram al-Sharif compound in the occupied holy city of Jerusalem, entering through Al-Bab al-Magharbi gates. Meantime, Israeli occupation forces arrested 17 Palestinians in various West Bank cities. The Palestinian Prisoner Club said the Israeli forces stormed the cities Hebron, Bethlehem, Nablus, and Ramallah and arrested the citizens. The UN envoy said that the warring parties in Yemen were closer to agreement at peace talks in Kuwait as he headed to New York to brief the Security Council. Ismail Houd Sheikh Ahmed said they are moving towards a general understanding that encompasses the expectations and visions of the parties. He added that the discussions have become more sensitive and delicate, bringing them closer to a comprehensive agreement. Houd Sheikh Ahmed said discussions centered on various military and security issues, including withdrawals and troop movements. He said they are now working on overcoming various obstacles and addressing specific details of the implementation mechanism. The Afghan Taliban named an Islamic legal scholar who was one of former leader Mullah Akhtar Mansour's deputy to succeed him. Within an hour of the announcement, Haybatullah Akhundzada's appointment, a Taliban suicide bomber attacked a Shiite bus carrying court employees west of the Afghan capital, Kabul. Here's more.
At least 10 people were killed and another 4 wounded in a suicide bombing in the Afghan capital on Wednesday. The blast targeted a bus carrying staff from an appeal court and was claimed by the Taliban. A spokesperson for the extremist group said the attack was in response to the Afghan government's decision earlier this month to execute 6 Taliban prisoners on death row. The attack comes on the same day that the Taliban announced a new leader to succeed Mullah Akhtar Mansour, who was killed by a U.S. drone strike last weekend. According to the group's website, Mansour will be replaced by Habatullah Akhundzada. The Taliban have made big gains since NATO forces ended their main combat operations in Afghanistan in 2014 and now control more of the country than at any other time since they were ousted by U.S.-led forces in 2001.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe protested to U.S. President Barack Obama about the killing of a young woman in Okinawa. The killing has reignited resentment of the heavy U.S. military presence on the southern Japanese island. Obama joined Abe ahead of a Group of 7 summit, expressed regrets over the killing for which a U.S.-based worker has been charged. Obama said the United States will cooperate fully with Japan's investigation into the case, calling the crime appalling.
I want to emphasize that the United States is appalled by any violent crime that may have occurred or been carried out by any U.S. personnel or U.S. contractors. We consider it inexcusable, and we are committed to doing everything that we can to prevent any crimes from taking place of this sort. And that involves reviewing procedures and making sure that everything that can be done to prevent such occurrences from happening again are put into place.
Abe also met his UK counterpart David Cameron ahead of the G7 summit. Abe and Cameron are expected to discuss the two nations' economic ties during their meeting before the 2-day summit kicks off tomorrow. The Dallas Zoo has added a baby elephant to his family and have released a new video of the little guy collapsing in a heap of hay. A male African elephant calf was born on May 14th to Malilo, who was one of several elephants rescued from drought-plagued Swaziland earlier this year. The baby elephant, who hasn't been named, measures 3 feet tall, 91 centimeters and 79 kilograms. His birth, which zoo staff described as uneventful, is being hailed as a victory for the zoo, who were concerned that Malilo's pregnancy could be impacted by the move from Swaziland to Dallas. Defending Copa America champions Chile were on the field for training ahead of next month's tournament. Chile is hoping to repeat last year's victory, their first ever Copa America title on home soil, with a new coach at the helm, Juan Antonio Pizzi. 16 teams will be competing on United States soil in the 100th anniversary of soccer's oldest international championship, and each of them has submitted a squad of 23 players. Arsenal striker Alexis Sanchez, Chile's second most scrapped player after goalkeeper Claudio Bravo, and a veteran of 2 World Cups, will be representing his country in his 3rd Copa America. The tournament will start on June 3rd. Triple Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton expressed pure respect for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg after the pair cleared the air following their Spanish Grand Prix collision. Monaco has also been a minefield, with the last 2 races in the Mediterranean principally ending in controversy involving the Mercedes pair. Rosberg, who grew up in Monaco as the son of Finland's 1982 world champion Keke, has won the last 3 editions. And finally, the weather forecast: relatively cold tonight, but pleasant in the Jordan Valley and the Dead Sea with southwesterly moderate winds. Tomorrow, pleasant weather conditions prevail in the hilly areas, while relatively hot in the Jordan Valley with northwesterly mild winds picking up at times. The Gulf of Aqaba can expect pleasant conditions tonight, but a hot weather forecast is expected during the day with mild winds and calm seas. Next are the lows and highs for tonight and tomorrow. And to end the news, here's a recap of our top stories. His Majesty the King attends a celebration marking the Kingdom's 70th Independence Day. The Iraqi forces keep up the shelling of the city of Fallujah to retake the terrorist stronghold west of Baghdad. And the UN envoy says the warring parties in Yemen are closer to agreement at the peace talks in Kuwait. And with this we come to an end. I'm Farah Ajlouni. Thank you for watching and have a good night.